Hello, and thank you for joining us for session one of R.O.P.E, a simple plan for tying up the loose ends of your life. I'm glad that you're here. This is a virtual online leadership training event. In fact, it's the whole month of November on Monday nights, 5 Monday nights at 8 p.m. Central. And we're glad that you're here with us as we're kicking things off. I've got with me here one of our elders, a brave shepherd sitting in the hot seat, Nathan Miller, who is a banker by trade, but I think he's more interested in laying up treasures in heaven. So, Nathan, thank you for being with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
So, you are the youngest or the newest of the elders at Old Hickory. So,
Both. Yeah.
do you have any advice for newcomers as they come on aboard an eldership?
Well, I guess I'd have to say that serving as an elder is one of the most challenging but rewarding things you can do inside the kingdom. So I would encourage those of you that someday want to serve to do so. And I think the things that Aubrey can teach me and you tonight can help us do better when that time comes.
Well, hopefully it's not about technology, okay?
That's right.
Well, thank you for being here. I want you to know that we're not going to try to give you perfect answers to every situation that can come up in your life or ministry, but we do want to give you a practical process. And so R.O.P.E stands for a simple plan for tying up the loose ends of your life. Now, you may not be an elder or a deacon or a minister, but we believe that these principles will help any Christian who's trying to get work done in the kingdom of God. So we wanted to let others listen in and enjoy this a little bit. But originally, it was our Effective Elders Seminar for November. I got tired of canceling stuff. How about you, Nathan?
I think so.
So we decided, let's just go virtual. In fact, we think possibly we may even have more people join us this way. So we're excited about this. I want to thank the elders of the Old Hickory Church of Christ for helping us to do this, for their interest, not only in excellence and leadership in our congregation, serving our members, but trying to bless elders and deacons, church leaders all over. So thank you, Old Hickory Eldership and Old Hickory Congregation. Old Hickory, we always say, is a great place to call home. I want to mention the purpose as we look at it. What we're talking about here is trying to get things done in the church. And maybe if we had a simple plan, if it was simple enough, that maybe we could unite around it and it would help us accomplish more. Why do you think we have trouble turning talk into action or ideas into reality? It seems like we have trouble.
Well, I think it's very specific to situations, but a couple of things that I find myself having to struggle against, and I've seen others do the same. We let perfection get in the way of the good, and we become our own stumbling block, and we don't get anything done because we are so driven to do what God wants us to do that we can become blind to the fact that things just need to get done sometimes.
Just get her done. That's my deacon's motto, get her done. Well, that makes a lot of sense to me. We're looking for perfect solutions, perfect answers, and that becomes a roadblock to getting things done quickly. Well, that's where R.O.P.E is so helpful. In fact, it's so simple that you may be thinking, I just don't think there's much to this. It's just going to seem like it doesn't have much to it. But I want to guarantee you that if you develop a common language, you're going to see new possibilities and you're going to capitalize on your energy and overcome old problems in a way that you never have before. So what we're going to try to do is help you go a little quicker from, oh no, to, oh yeah, to go from dreams to done. And if we can unite together with a common language and a clear path, a sequential path, then it's going to help us move more speedily towards the accomplishment of these goals. So let me do a little housekeeping as we get started. Number one, if we have a crash, we've already had some technical difficulties, but if we have a crash, hang around, take a break, come back, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, we'll do our best to be back online. Hopefully that's not going to happen. Let me tell you that, again, we're meeting 5 Monday nights in the month of November at 8 p.m. Central, and each session will have a little introduction, about a 10-minute video that's been pre-prepared, and then we're going to take 10 or 15 minutes to wrap it up, maybe some examples or ask some questions, and we'll look forward to your questions. If you want to comment in the comment section, if you're on Facebook, you can't do that on our website, but on Facebook you can do that. Or you can send me an email if you'd like at aubreyhjohnson@icloud.com. Do you know what the H stands for?
I don't know if I do, Aubrey.
It could be handsome. I'll give you some choices. It could be handsome. It could be highly intelligent. It could be humble.
Yeah.
Or it could be Herman. Which do you think?
I'll take Herman
Okay,
for 1,000,
that's
Alex.
it. aubreyhjohnson@icloud.com. And we'll try to get you some answers back. Some will be on our Facebook page, and some of them will reply to you directly. Well, the other thing I wanted to mention is that the context of what we're talking about is in the Christian faith. So we're not just talking about self-help, and we're not talking about secular ideals that are unrelated to our faith. We're not trying to substitute for Christ or His Word. We're talking about our redeemed capacities and making the most of those. So when we say all it takes is a little rope, I hope you understand this. We believe that Jesus Christ is the foundation, and His Word gives us the solid rock we need to stand on. And so in the context of the Christian faith, here's something that's just practical, I think also biblical, that's going to help us. If you're ready, we're going to go to the video now. And remember this, you have a problem, just rope it. To think clearly and to live successfully, all you need is a little rope. Rope is the secret to solving problems and for fulfilling your dreams. It's a simple plan for tying up the loose ends of your life and your ministry. And the beauty of rope is its simplicity. The word rope is an acrostic, and those 4 letters stand for leadership concepts that will help you to be more effective. It is, first of all, concise. I like that. It is memorable, and it just works. It's not elaborate, it's not exhaustive, but it's helpful. You know, you cannot implement a plan that you can't even remember. So, profundity is seen in simplicity, and that's the beauty of rope. But the benefits of rope are also that it will help not only you individually, but help your entire team. Think about this. If all of your elders, all of your deacons, all of your ministers understand these principles, when you hear the word rope, there's a problem. You say, well, let's rope it. Or here's a window of opportunity. Let's rope it. All of a sudden, that word becomes a cue, a signal, and it triggers you into action mode. It links your minds together and calls to mind all of the things that we'll be talking about so that you can apply them to the problem that is before you. It's hard to get everybody on board on anything in the church, but because it is so simple and so memorable, this is different. Instead of exhausting instead of draining. This is going to be energizing. It's going to help you. And the simplicity is especially important. You have four letters that represent four words that call to mind four leadership concepts that will help you move forward in life and in your ministry. The secret to your improvement and to the church's advancement is a little rope. A prisoner was being transported on a boat bound for Italy, where he was to stand trial for alleged crimes. En route, the captain of the ship decided to stop at a port called Fair Havens on the island of Crete in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. The prisoner, being an experienced traveler, warned them that they should not set sail again because the safe season for sailing had passed, and sudden storms could come out of nowhere, leading to a loss of the cargo, perhaps the ship, and of lives. Well, the officer in charge of the prisoner disregarded his advice. He ignored the risks, listening instead to the captain of the ship and the owner of the ship, who were swayed by financial concerns. It was their plan to sail to a nearby harbor called Phoenix that they thought was more suitable to winter in. Well, suddenly here comes a gentle southerly wind, and they set sail, hugging the coast on a very short journey. And you know what happened. All of a sudden, here came fierce winds, a sudden storm called a northeaster. They could not face the winds, and they were driven along. And fearing that the ship would be broken into pieces, they had to come up with a plan. And their plan was to use, you guessed it, rope to undergird the craft and to hold it together. The rope did its job, and they endured 2 weeks of nerve-wracking winds. When I think about Paul's great adventure in the book of Acts, chapter 27, I think it's just a perfect analogy for the journey of life. And whether you want to sail the seas or steady the boat or survive the storms, what you need is a little rope. Rope comes in all kinds of forms. There's natural rope and synthetic rope. There is braided rope and plaited rope. There's long rope and there's short rope, thick and thin rope. But what all rope has in common is it is sturdy and it is versatile. The mental rope that we're talking about in these sessions is strong enough to help you with any role that you assume and any road that you must travel. It's also versatile. It's an all-purpose tool. Whatever the situation, whether you're trying to solve a problem or seize an opportunity or strengthen a relationship or support a dream, what you need is a little rope. You know, sometimes that rope is spiritual. It's faith and hope and love. That threefold cord held Paul together in that frightening experience. It made him durable and resilient and equal to the task. But they also used some practical rope to survive that storm. And the practical rope, the mental rope that we're talking about, is leadership or organizational rope that will help you tie up the loose ends of your life. You see, success in life is going to require a higher level of thinking. We have to elevate our thinking, improve our thinking, because random thinking produces random results, inferior results. But disciplined thinking produces desirable results. superior results and consistent results. And when improved thinking becomes instinctive, progress becomes inevitable. We want this to be instinctive. We want your team to have a common language that ties them together and helps them tackle any problem or seize any opportunity that may arise. R.O.P.E is a powerful tool. It's simple, but powerful. It improves your thinking, and it helps us to have more consistent results. So whatever the demand, the difficulty, the dream, or the destination, you can navigate life successfully with the help of R.O.P.E. Like its coiled counterpart, R.O.P.E is a multi-purpose tool. Whether you face a tough problem or a golden opportunity, just rope it. R.O.P.E can improve every part of your life, your career, without question, your relationships, sure. It can improve your ministry, your integrity, your family. So whether you're in a proverbial pit or climbing a metaphorical mountain, all you need to improve the situation is a little rope. Let's take a look at where we'll be going in our future sessions. We'll begin with the letter R, results. Know the result you want to achieve. And then O, options. Get all of the best ideals on the table. And then P stands for plans, and thoroughness is the key to planning. Finally, E, execution. We'll talk about timely and consistent execution. R.O.P.E can improve your day or your destiny. It can change your circumstances or your character. R.O.P.E will help you in every part of your life, whether you're trying to solve a thorny difficulty or achieve a treasured dream. So, if you want to lift yourself out of a rut, you need R.O.P.E. If you want to lighten someone's load, use R.O.P.E. Or if you'd like to lasso the moon, all we need is a little rope. You need to know the result. You need to explore the options. You need to formulate a plan. And you need to execute faithfully. If you do, you can tie up the loose ends of your life. Well, welcome back. We hope that you enjoyed that video and got a little taste of what R.O.P.E is all about. And it's kind of a play on this idea of the benefits of physical rope.
So, Aubrey, just out of curiosity, what are some of the benefits of R.O.P.E?
Well, let's think of it two ways. Let's talk about physical rope first and see what its qualities are and how they'll apply to our mental or leadership rope. What can you do with the rope? I've jotted down a few ideas here, and you may have some more, but let me go down this little list. You can ring a bell or raise a sail. You can catch a critter or fish for your dinner. You can tie down cargo, keep a lid on a crate, and if you tie it around your finger, you'll never forget important dates. You can carry a bucket or lift a load, put on a rodeo or a cowboy show, climb a cliff, rappel and belay, leap from a bank, and swim all day. You can pull a sled or hold up your slacks, perform a magic or a circus act. You can walk a collie or lead a cow, explore a cave, or if you're a runner, corral a crowd. You can save your soap or gird your craft, ride a horse and lasso a calf, straighten up a tree or train up a team, enjoy a swing, and then skip and sing. You can hold up a mattress or hang out a hammock, hoist bricks or lower a basket. You can cross a bridge across a ravine and hang up pictures or hang out your jeans. You can do almost anything with rope. It's kind of like duct tape, isn't it?
It is.
So lots of possibilities. You know, when you think about Paul girding that ship to hold it together in the storms when the wind's blowing and the waves are beating and it looks like it's going to fall apart, it would have fallen apart had they not taken that action. The qualities of rope are, well, twofold: flexibility and its durability, its strength. So you get some power because in our case, when we think about our rope, there's some universal and timeless principles there. And it's strong enough, you know, to help you in your marriage, to help you in the church as an elder or as a deacon, or just as a Christian, trying to get things done for the kingdom of God. On the other hand, it's flexible because, you know, it adapts itself to so many different situations. And maybe part of it is we need some flexibility in our thinking because if we're thinking the same thoughts that got us in the mess, we're going to have to change those a little bit. But there's a few more things that come to my mind. One is, I would say, right up near the top, again, is the simplicity. Profundity is found in simplicity. This idea is less complex than your microwave or your mate. You know, we try to program that microwave and it's beyond us. You have something here so concise, so simple, so memorable. Rope. Can you remember that? Can you remember that? And the idea is that it will unite you. Think of the army when you say tin hut. What happens? Everybody springs to attention. And the idea is if there's an opportunity and we say, well, guys, let's rope that instantly it captures people's attention and they know what we're talking about. That we have in our congregation, in our leadership culture, this capacity to bring everybody together. It's kind of like 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 10. And Paul says we don't want divisions, so we need to have the same mind and the same judgment. Well, if we practice this, if we drill this, that through repetition, it becomes a part of our leadership culture and we're able to think more clearly and more quickly. It not only will unite us, but it's also going to speed us up. It will accelerate us towards the goals that we want to accomplish. Now, to me, those are some pretty cool benefits. Do you think that's something that we can remember and put to use in a simple way? We've got these 4 letters. These 4 letters stand for 4 words. They're 4 leadership concepts. So the word rope is just kind of like code. It's like a cue. It's a signal. It's a trigger that brings the rest of it to mind. That we're going to look for the result that we want to create. We're going to get as many options as we can on the table. We're going to formulate a plan and we're going to execute. And so you can draw that on a whiteboard or you can just use it in discussions. It gives you a framework. It gives you a path so that we go from being lost and confusion. We vent, we rant, we talk around problems, we meander, but we're not getting traction and we're not getting momentum. What this does is immediately it says, okay, what do you want? It's not what we don't want. What do we want? How does it look? and we begin to take these sequential steps that are going to help us. I want to encourage everybody watching, if you can, with your leadership team, maybe they're watching together, if not, that you could take the companion book. It's found on our website. If you didn't get it ahead of time, at oldhickorychurchofchrist.com, ohcoc.com. If you go to the homepage, it says R.O.P.E event. You click on that, you're going to find a companion book, and it's got questions and exercises where you can debrief. And that process is how you build that culture in your congregation with whatever comes up to be able to solve it. I would suggest this, that you might want to think about when you get together, do a little SWOT analysis. SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. The strengths and weaknesses will then point you to the opportunities and the threats. And what I'd like for you to do is pick one opportunity and maybe one threat, one problem that's been chronic, it's been hanging around. You want to solve it, you want to settle it. And if off of that list, you'll rank these and take one of each of those and use it during these next 4 sessions as we talk a whole session on each one of these 4 words. I think that that's going to give you an opportunity to test this out. Take it for a test drive. Practice it a little bit. Keep your list, because what you'll do through the year, whether it's monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, whatever, you can have R.O.P.E sessions, ad hoc meetings where you say, okay, let's look at this. We're going to R.O.P.E it, and that it will move us ahead as a congregation. The number one motivation of the church is progress. And when we're not making progress, then people get anxious in the congregation. So we want to help people go from, oh no, to oh yeah. I call it rapid evolution. Now, I'm a creationist, so when I say evolution, I'm using that to illustrate, not because I believe in it, but because people understand this concept that sometimes we're acting as if we're not advanced human beings. And what this does is it elevates our thinking, and it allows us to tap into our executive abilities that are perfectly good, but sometimes we're so emotionally overwhelmed that we just don't use them. Leadership is about the speed of moving from that oh no stage to the oh yes stage. And this is going to help equip you. It will lift us out, just like Joseph is lifted out of a pit. You need a rope. It will lift you out of helplessness, emptiness, meaninglessness, whatever. So, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. And remember, we're going to be back together next Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time. We'll talk about the first of the letters. We're going to talk about R, results. I hope that you'll like this video. I hope that you'll click on share. And I just want to thank you for being with us, for your interest in being your best for God's kingdom. And I think the principles we're learning here will not only help you be your best, but will help you also to mentor or coach or train others to be their best and learn how to live life to its fullest. That's what Jesus wanted. He came that we might have life through forgiveness of sins, through his blood, and have it abundantly through bringing our lives in harmony with his teaching. God bless you. I think Nathan's going to be back with us next week, and I'm going to give him the floor more so he can bring out a lot of his wisdom from life and from leadership. Thank you for being with us. God bless.
Good night.